Yeah, welcome back my lovely fellas to the next episode, and I'm glad that you tuned in again. And what you can see here is that I continued to expand the guest area offline and didn't include this part. I wanted another guest area with the Jurassic Park Visitor Center as an information center, as a highlight here. And I want an area for the guests where they can walk completely around a small hill with a 360 degree experience. Opposite to the visitor center there is a small garden with all the dinosaur figures, the statues, with all the species that you can be observed in this park here. And from here I want to have a nice view to the raptor enclosure. And today we will let the raptors move in their new home, but before they design it, in this episode we have this little overview here. And regardless of the Tyrannosaurus, the raptors and the Ute are the other highlights of this park, and the dinosaurs deserve a special place with great and huge enclosures. Yeah, so I continue building offline because I haven't much time to producing, and the other thing is I need sometimes the time for myself to figure it out, and it makes a few tries before to test all my ideas in my head, and in the end I'm happy. And that was definitely too much recording and cutting for me, but still you can see this finished result here in the overview. I wanted to try something new and create a large viewing terrace and also a small sun terrace on the edge of the mountain. And yeah, sometimes it takes a while for all the ideas to work somehow. Then I thought about how I wanted to continue the park and where is the respective enclosures would be located and the rest of the space what we have here on the map. And I got a bit inspired and used completely different shapes here, and it becomes very curvy with the paths. And in addition, the new area should be visually different from the path colors. And so I decided me for a brighter path, what you can see here. And then I decorated the empty space between the galleries from the Ute and the visitor center with a small forest and a small artificial lake with some statues and so on, and a lot of decoration, what you can see here. And the new guest area is connected by the zip lines and our underground connection system. And overall, the guest area is very bright and have a lot of sun here. And at the end of the mountain, I made a small seating and lounging area for the guests to enjoy the view. And I think such small areas where you can rest are very important. But enough of these, then let's start designing the enclosure. At the beginning I really drew a waterfall on the other enclosure, and from this waterfall the river should flow through all the three enclosures, and in the end to the raptor habitat. Yeah, and the enclosures has completely natural boundaries due to the mountain here, what you can see. And we have also a hidden innovative technology. They are not visible for the guests so that the dinosaurs cannot escape, and the natural boundaries are very functional. Of course dinosaurs could run over a mountain, but we will prevent that. It's our imagination and sandbox, and it is possible and okay, and we love natural boundaries. Yo. So then I'll try to draw different heights and leave one corner separate. I have something else in mind, and I wanted to build a cave, but then I decided on a small mini canyon. And originally I wanted to include breeding and nesting places for the animals here too, but unfortunately one mod no longer works. That's why I'm delete my idea with the nesting area and will just place a feeder in there. And we have an open mini canyon and a contrast to the rest of the enclosure. And yeah, the area should also look a little bit more dry and rocky here in this corner. But at the same time visitors should also have the opportunity to have a clear and interesting view of the animals from the upper path into this crack here. I call this crack or mini canyon. Yeah. So, and then I just build a new entrance gate offline and just copied the idea from the entrance to the main park. And when the guests walk through this gate, I want them to have the feeling of arriving in a completely new area. Yeah. Oof. My English is so broken, but I hope you understand me enough. And sometimes I don't understand myself, but I hope you understand me what I'm talking about. Here we have winding paths lead around enclosures into the last section here. And this time I decided on a different fence that looks tight and is decorative at the same time. And it fits with the entrance gate very well. And I'll first rudely place the individual fence items and then adjust the height. The nice thing about this decorative fence is that it works as a barrier, and as you can see, I let the river run through all three enclosures, and in our imagination the river continues under the path. And at first I wanted to build small bridges, but then I thinking about it doesn't fit, and maybe what I can do. And yeah, so I will highlight the transitions differently visually. And first I decorated the river here with a few stones, and then I will use the concrete as a viewing window so that the guest can look in from the path to the enclosure through the river. We can say it's a small river window. I think it's a very cool gimmick, and maybe it wasn't my best idea, but it's something different, and different is good and different is weird, and we love weird. I hope so. Yeah, now I'm going back to planting, and I want the enclosure to look as densely vegetated as possible, especially at the edges. And I want the raptor habitat to be able to hide well, but still be visible with some meadows and so on. But the planting and so on is in few moments, so I placed more rocks and yeah, covered the borders a little bit more up with the rocks, and so it feels a little bit more safety, so that cannot walk or jump the raptors over the rocks and be free, and this is not what I'm looking for. And so I covered all the borders with a lot of rocks, and I hope it works. But I know it works in the end, but in realism, is it real enough for a boundary or not? But yeah, raptors can jump very high, and yeah, I know. But yeah, doesn't matter. I will further secure the path boundaries also with stones and a small fence, so that the guests don't walk over from the upper platform, and cover also the boundaries with some rocks again. And otherwise it's clear to me that what I had said, that the raptors could in theory jump onto the stones and leave their enclosure, but we have imagination, and it's a sandbox, and we feel free. And yeah, you can also see here in the end here, I will place a large observation gallery in the middle of the enclosure, from which the guests can certainly observe the animals, and I will hide the small corrals here with stones, and later with a few more plants. And in my opinion, the guests can easily observe the animals from the observation platform, but unfortunately the artificial AI cannot observe the dinosaurs from the paths, and that's why I decided on an observation gallery in the middle of the enclosure. And then I try to plant the enclosure as densely as possible, but still have enough free and open space so that we can watch the animals at hunting and so on. And yeah, the new enclosure is large enough for the pack of around 10 animals. And we will see the skins of the females later, and the females move in first and can get to know the enclosure, and after they have settled in, I will let the three males move in with the other skin, and I really like the blue skin of the males. I'm glad that the skin won, but let's talk about sexual dimorphism. Definitely makes sense for predators, and it is often the case that females have more muted and natural colors and males are more striking in their appearance. You can observe this today in many species of animals and birds. It was certainly no different with the dinosaurs.
Fiddy, don't talk when I'm recording, please.
Yeah. Of course, you don't always have to choose a strong difference in the skins. If you do without a pattern, that can be also fit enough for sexual dimorphism. So, in the theory, all dinosaurs in Jurassic World are females, but luckily we can say this is a male or this is a female dinosaur. It's our decision and imagination. And yeah, I'm very happy with the new enclosure for our predators, and you can enjoy the capture mode recordings in the rest of the video if you like. And watch them, get to know their new home and how they hunt, the goat, and it was very funny for me to see that and see all the animations and the dinosaurs, and this is a big enjoyment for me with the capture mode, and I hope you like the capture mode, and you can tell me in the comments if you like, is it too long or is it not, or is it too short, or is it bad or not? Let me know it please. And on this point I can say thank you for tuning in again, and I hope you liked a few ideas that I implemented here in this episode, and in the next episode we will see the two smaller enclosures for the Concavenator and the Australopithecus. Every dinosaur had its own enclosure, but it is not too big, and so I put the buildings of the enclosure in one episode for the next. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful time. Feel inspired, and if you have ideas, thoughts, or and so on, let me know it. Give me a like, subscribe me please. Help me to grow up with my YouTube channel, and I wish you a wonderful day and have fun with the capture mode and with the hunting scenes. And yeah folks, bye bye.